By the end of this video, you'll have your Google business listing live and bringing in customers. Most people either skip this part or they set it up wrong, and that's why they don't show up on Google. I run a marketing agency in the UK with my buddy George, and we help hospitality businesses grow online and get more customers through their doors. Stick around until the end because I'll show you a few little tips and tricks that 90% of people don't know about. Okay, before we dive in on how to set it up exactly, I'm just going to show you a few things on what you get once you've got your business listing and how it can be useful. So this is a business that I like, looks really cool. I haven't been there personally, but I know friends who have. It's in South Wales near us. So what you can do, some of the things you can add to your listing, and customers can also add stuff, is photos. So you can easily add these. So if you've got a coffee shop or a restaurant or a bar or something, you can add pictures of the outside, add pictures of the inside. Looks super cool. That's one thing. The other thing is it allows people to leave reviews. So as you can see, this place looks really good. 4.7 stars average, 282 reviews. It's got your average price per dish or per thing that you sell on there as well, which is a fairly new addition to Google Business. And what sometimes you'll see as a customer is they will ask you like, oh, how much did you pay, sort of thing, and then Google obviously collates that information and then it's displayed here. So it gives customers, users like you and I, a rough idea of what we're going to spend and how much things cost. Also adds obviously your location where you are so people can navigate their way to you. Your address is here, opening times here, which you can put in. That is pretty important because if you're going to somewhere as a customer and the hours are incorrect and you show up when it's supposed to be open and it's closed, that can result in a really negative experience for the customer and they can, get cross. Also the website, which is really important here, you can click it and you can go there. Phone number, you can add other stuff which is fairly new, like chat, so people can WhatsApp you. They can chat within the Google Business portal as well, so they can chat to you from their phone or from a laptop. It also gives stuff like how busy the place is. So if it's a little busy, if it's as busy as it gets, that's one thing that's really useful and good to know. And there you go, if you scroll down a bit more information, reviews with photos, really nice. So this place is doing all the right things basically on their Google Business profile. So if you want to be like the Baffle House, which is worth a look, follow along here. I'm just going to close this and jump in here. So the address you want to head to first of all is business.google.com. We are going to be focused on a UK business setting up from scratch. Ideally, you want to have some sort of Google account to do this. If you haven't got one, you will need to set up some sort of Google account, not necessarily a Gmail email account, but a Google account. I have already done that. I will link to another video. If you haven't got a Google account, it's really easy to do. You just have to do a little bit of verification. Once you've got a Google account, you can start this process, which I'm about to do now. So once you're signed in, you want to enter your business name in here, and then it'll give you an option of other companies that also have this name, but I want to create a business with this name. Now, make sure the spelling and everything is consistent, because consistency, which is another thing I talk about sometimes, I will do a longer form video of this, which is name, address, phone number. It's known as NAP. So you want to have consistent NAP across everywhere where you are on the internet or where your business is across the internet. So the name needs to be consistent on your website, your Google business listing, your phone number, anywhere you're displayed digitally. If you've got Facebook, like social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and stuff, ideally you want everything to be consistent, and that is really important now when we move into the age of AI, where it's not just listing on Google. What a lot of these AI models are using is your complete internet presence, shall we say. So your social media, your website, everywhere you can be found and touched on the internet digitally. So things like ChatGPT are going to start taking this into account. So you want to be showing up consistently across the internet. Restaurant. So once you start typing, you can see it'll give you some options. So we're going to be a restaurant, and then I'm going to click next. Do we want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or office? Now, I will do this. I'll see how far I can go, because what you need to do later on down the line is you will need to verify that this business exists. Sometimes they can send you a physical postcard in the mail, like an actual card with a code on it, to verify that this business is a legitimate business and you operate out of this address and you own it and all the rest of it. So it's just to avoid people sort of trying to scam the internet, basically. So I'm going to click yes, and then I'm going to have to put in an address here. Enter your business address. So we are going to now be putting in our address. If you're in the process of getting set up, or you already have a physical location, this is going to be straightforward. Just make sure your address is correct and put your details in. I've put in an address that's similar to another business profile already on Google, and I'm going to say this doesn't match. The next page, do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? Well, if we are a pizza shop, then yeah, we're going to do deliveries. If you don't do deliveries and it's only walk-in, so if you're only a restaurant and you only serve people inside the restaurant, or you're a bar and people come to your bar, that I would click no. But if you do takeout, that sort of thing, then click yes. Now, areas you serve is important. This is important for a couple of reasons. One is, if you put in a sort of local area, so let's say within a 20-minute drive, 30-minute drive, you're going to be telling Google that people can come from this sort of smaller area to your store, and that is where your customers are located. So if someone is typing in, for instance, pizza shop near me, and they are located near my address, Google will put me in the search results and it'll put me on the map, provided I do everything to like maintain a healthy, optimized Google business profile, and my website and all this other stuff is optimized well. That's how it works. So this is important. If you're in the hospitality business, which is the types of businesses that we help, this is going to be relevant. So let's type this in now. We're not Manhattan, New York. So if we're in Bridgend, we're going to put in Cardiff, UK. We're also going to put in Swansea, UK. We could put in like Merthyr Tydfil. So I'm going to try and sort of go around in a sort of circle around like 20 to 30 minute drive from Bridgend. We could also put in Llanelli perhaps. That'll do for now, but you will know this better than me, so just make it relevant to where you're located, and there we go. Next. Okay, so what details do you want to show your customers? Now this is kind of referring back to what I showed you earlier with the Battle House one. So we want to put in a phone number. So once you are set up with this, you can track the amount of times people have clicked the button to phone you from your Google business profile. So every month you can go in and see, oh wow, I've had like 50 phone calls this month. Whether they turn into bookings or not is another story, but at least you can track that initial contact. You can also track website clicks. So if you do have a website, put the website in there. If you don't have a website, George and myself can help build you one. You can just reach out to us, click in the call out below in the description. But the important thing to note is this is all trackable. So it's all really useful information. It's completely free, and I think it's awesome. So let's put in a phone number. I'm just gonna kind of make one up for now. So I put in a phone number, put in a website, mattspizzabridgend.com. Let's hit next. Okay, cool. Well, I wasn't sure if that was gonna work, but it says I'm verified. So let's hit next and just see what we can do. Now we can add business hours. Like I said earlier, this is really important because if someone, for instance, is searching for best pizza near me, I come up and on this part, I've said on Sunday I'm open, and let's say I open at 10 and I shut at 11 p.m. Let's put that in. and for whatever reason we shut on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. Someone's on their way to us, they've searched the directions on their phone, they're in the car on the way, and they show up and we're closed. Like, I would be pretty cross, especially if you've got like a group of you with you. So make sure this is updated regularly. If you do change your hours, be sure to edit it in here. You can add holiday hours, so around Christmas or around Easter or wherever there's a public holiday, you can add holiday hours. So we'll just fill this in quickly. Just a little note, I think if anyone from Google is watching, if you could just copy the hours all the way down and just tick a box, this would make this so much quicker. But you have to go through one by one, which is a little bit annoying. I'm gonna go, like, let's say we shut like that. We'll just do. Maybe there is a way to copy them down. I just had to go into each day manually, add the hours, and then we can. Oh shoot. So type that in. I've just gone through manually. 10. Let's just take that. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. across the board. Oops, is that one right? There we go. Now hit next. And then you've got an option. Depending on the type of business that you specified earlier on, this may be different to what you put in. So it knows we're a restaurant. Now it's given us some options for dining modes. So we're going to dine in at your restaurant. We're going to say yes. Takeout, we do takeout. Curbside pickup. So if they just want to pull up and you hand the food to them out of a little window or cubby, I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no to drive-through. And I'm going to say yes for delivery. No contact delivery. Your restaurant places delivery orders by the customer's door. I don't want to do that because our pizza might get eaten by a dog walking past, so I don't want to do that. Let's hit next. Add a business description. Now, this is going to be important as well. So the types of things you put in here, the language, everything, you want to be talking to your ideal avatar. Like, let's say, for instance, my pizza shop. We are like a young, hip and trendy pizza shop, wood-fired. The decor is suited to a younger demographic. The language and everything you put in here, you want to be talking to that type of customer. And I'm sure you know them better than me. If you want to use ChatGPT or something like that in here, then by all means, just make sure what is in there is what you would say and how you tend to talk to your customers. I think that's very important. Another thing that's going to be important to this business description is to use keywords and phrases that are very related to your business. And you can also use locations. So I will write something here and then I'll go through it with you. Okay, I've only used 189 characters here, but it just says authentic wood-fired pizza in Bridgend, South Wales. So you put the location in there. Simple, fresh ingredients with a crispy crust and bold flavors. Oop. Perfect for grabbing with friends or after uni. Vegan options available. I could add something else like delivery, super fast delivery to your door available too. So just describe your business a little bit. Try to put some keywords in there, some phrases. So we put in wood-fired pizza in Bridgend. There we go. The other thing, I'll quickly just touch on this, is you can always go back and edit any of this sort of stuff as well. Once your business profile is up there and live, you can go back and you have a whole host of things you can go and change, update, edit, and that sort of thing. Okay, next part is add a storefront photo. So this is going to be important if people are coming to your place for the first time and they're not sure what the restaurant looks like, or they're not sure what the region around where your place is located looks like. I'm going to go ahead and add an image. I have got some ready. Let's see if I can get them. Okay, so let's see if this works. Yes, there we go. So this is just a stock image. Like I said, I'm just going to delete this afterwards. So this is just for educational purposes. Next, add photos of your menu. This again is really important. Customers rely heavy on menu photos when deciding where to eat, especially if you're somewhere where you haven't been before. So if you're in a new city or a new town, this is where it's like really important to grab that new business, basically. Okay, so again, I've got something already. Let's see if this works. Okay. It's not Matt's Pizza, Pizza Italia, but there we go. You get the idea. Make sure you add a menu if you have things that you serve. Add photos of your dishes. Again, this is like super important. If you sell food or if you sell drinks or any of that sort of thing, anything sort of hospitality, if you have a hotel, put photos of the rooms. If you have a function room, put photos of the function rooms. I've only put two images, but you get the idea. I would add as many as you can. Try to keep these fresh and updated. If you are able to, use professional pictures because it really, really makes a difference. And of course, because this is Google, one of the richest companies in the world, they want you to advertise. So they want to get some of your money, basically. We're going to skip that for now. It gives you a little example of what you can do. Delicious food, great answers, blah, blah, blah. For now, we're going to skip that. If you do want help with Google Ads, we can of course help you. Reach out to George or me. We can do that for you, no problem. Okay, again, it wants to sell us some sort of Google Suite. We're not going to do that right now. We're not even going to start a trial. We'll skip that. Now, this is what I thought would happen. So we aren't completely visible because we need to verify. So there's different ways of doing this. Depending on how your account is set up with Google, they might want to send you a physical card in the mail, like I said earlier. You might be able to do it digitally. You can do a thing where you have to record a video around your premises. You have to enable all the location services on your phone so they know you're at that exact location. You film around back, behind the scenes, like in the office or in the kitchen or somewhere like that, walking around, and then you go outside and you film the signage and that sort of thing, and then you would be verified within 24 hours, something like that. I'm not going to be able to do that now because this is a fictitious business, but we'll just hit continue and we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is where your Google business, if you're logged in, this is what you see. I will show you now what happens if you have a business profile that has been verified. Okay, so now that your profile is created, you've got the bare bones of it, you can add a few more bits and pieces. So add a chat. Let's click this. This is quite a good thing you can add. So you can add a text message chat button or a WhatsApp click to chat URL. So these will be displayed then on the profile that we looked at earlier. If someone taps it, especially if they're on the phone, they can chat with you on WhatsApp straight away, or they can just send you a text message. So let's go in and we'll put in a WhatsApp click to chat URL. I'm going to just copy this in. So basically what you want to do is, if you don't know what the heck this is, it's pretty simple. You just have to put https://wa.me/ and then your phone number if you're UK based. So ditch the plus, so it's 44 and then your number after that, and ditch the 0 as well. So if we're in Bridgend, the code is 01656. If you're in, so I would just do 01656 and that's your number, and then you click save. I'll try it. I don't know if this will work because it might need me to verify this, but I'll click save anyway. That normally gets resolved in sort of 10 minutes. The other thing we can do is we can add a text message, and that saves us off. And then we'll just close this and we'll go back and see what other things it likes us to do. So what you need to do while you're optimizing your business profile, again, if you get stuck with any of this, reach out to George or me, we can help you do this. It's just dismiss that. So Google knows we are in the process of, building out this profile. Add social profiles. Let's click on this. This is another really important one. You will get a link from this over to wherever you show up on social. It gives you tons of options. I'm not going to do it now, but LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you have any of these or all of these, put them all in, hit save, and it'll update. I'll go back. I'm going to just dismiss this for now. add a map to your website. Now, the sites that George and I build for clients, we tend to suggest a map, even if it's at the bottom of the homepage or somewhere, and it really helps with local SEO. So, okay, I'm not going to click it right now, but what it will do is it just links the map page on your site to your business profile, basically, and it will help with SEO, like I said. I'll dismiss this. So again, tells Google that we have looked at it. This is a fairly new feature, adding an amenity map to your site. So this is where you can add other things that are nearby, like car parks, like public toilets, that sort of thing. And I won't click it now, but if you want to do that, you just click the button and then you can add things like that. I will dismiss this for now. Custom email. This is the thing that I talked about earlier. So it's trying to sell you email services basically, or a paid Google account. I will dismiss this also. And then add your menu. Let's have a look at this. So you can create an actual menu. We've got photos of the menu because I put that in earlier. You can drag in a PDF if you have your menu as a PDF, and then full menu. You can go ahead and create a menu. You can add sections. If you are a business that has a menu, I would highly recommend you do this. Just fill in all of the information. You can add an image. It's all adding to the information that you give Google. It helps Google build a bigger picture of what your business is about. So enter that information, hit save, you're done. I'm going to cancel out of this. Dismiss that. Now, set up a waiting list. Some of the providers are listed here. If you use any of these, you can hook them up here. If you don't, then you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm going to just click out of that for now. Okay, another thing, I didn't touch on this earlier, but it's add an address autocomplete. So this part here, this just helps customers find your correct address more easily. It's totally free. You just need to set it up. I'll just click it now just to show you. You just follow the steps basically and ensure your address is correctly displayed. And it's just to avoid a bit of confusion basically if you want to send potential customers to your correct address. So that's another easy free thing to do. I'll dismiss that for now. Get your first reviews. So of course, you know, it's super important to get reviews. This is basically the link you want to share. If you have a physical location where people are coming in, I go on about this all the time. You could print a QR code, put it next to the till. There's so many strategies you can do to get reviews. You can do like get a free drink, give us a review, you know, which is worth it. In my opinion, the cost of a drink is definitely worth a review, especially if it's a positive one. If you have an email list, you can send this out to your list. If you have a list of phone numbers, you can just WhatsApp them. Reviews are so important to getting going with your business. So this is how you share the link for people to leave a review, basically. I'm going to dismiss that for now. Okay, add directions to your website. You can do this just to help with customers finding your location more easily. Again, I won't go through this in depth, but this is where you do it. You click get started and just follow the steps. Make sure your address is correct. I know I keep going on about it, but that's another thing to do. Let's dismiss this for now. Create an offer. So if you're new or you're opening up a new location, you can do an offer here. So you just give it a title, description, start date and end date. So you could do it from now until 1 year from now, if you wanted to. And then you can add images or videos of the offer in here. You can add an event here. So if you have something coming up that you know is in the calendar, you can add events here and you can add updates. I'm not going to do that now. I'll dismiss this one. Add an update. This is the page we were just in. So you could add something here like, oh, we've just got a new special, or we've just started working with a new brand or a new drink supplier or whatever. You could put that in here and you could add images or videos or both to this section. I'm going to dismiss this, tell Google we've seen it and we are, dealing with it. Dismiss that. Add interior photos. Because I only added out, a couple of pictures earlier, this is where you can add inside photos. So I'm not going to do it right now, but if you've got interior photos, especially if you've got pro looking pictures, this is really, really important. Sets the tone, sets the mood, gives potential customers an idea of what it's going to be like when they come to your place. I will go back. One thing I want to say is that depending on the type of business that you entered in the first section where we put restaurant, some of these options will be different. So the ones for restaurant are very different to a construction company, for instance. We tend to help people in the hospitality industry, but having said that, George and I set up a marketing agency, and so I will show you what our Google Business Profile looks like in a second, once we've just cleared out these last few options. So we've got a couple of things here. Oh, our profile strength has just gone up. I just clicked in and off something, and now our profile strength has gone up to good. I will make this invisible as soon as I finish recording this. So you can add food ordering. So this is where you can take orders directly on your profile. You can also add links here. If you're on stuff like Uber Eats, those sorts of platforms where you work with a provider to get your orders and to handle all that sort of stuff, you can add it in here so that in this window here, you have an option, or customers have an option to order online. I'm just going to dismiss this for now. And then the other things I've got left, September performance. We're not going to have any performance because we just set it up. So it's going to be 0. But this is where you get things like your overview on your interactions, any menu views, any calls, chat clicks, bookings, directions, and website clicks. So this is all 0, but I'll show you a profile that is live. I'm going to dismiss this and then create ad. Like I said earlier, this is just, they want you to spend a bit of money. Not a bad idea if you're just getting started. This is mine and George's Google Business Profile now. As you can see, it is a little bit different. Because we are not a restaurant, we have this tab called Services. I'm just going to click in it and show you what I mean. So because we offer these different things, this needs to be edited actually, because we need to update some of these things that we offer. But you have the opportunity to add in a price, and you also have the opportunity to add a description. Not a lot of people know this part exists. It is specific to certain businesses, but this is where you can enter the types of things you offer and the location where you offer it. And it's quite important to get that in there if you have the opportunity. So we have all these things. You can add more services, you can add other categories. Like I said earlier, you can always go in and change stuff with your profile. You can go in and edit the description, you can go in and edit your hours, phone number, all this sort of stuff, okay? Now I'm gonna just show you the performance part very quickly, just to see what you get, And so this is our overview from May until October. So you can see the month here. This is 292 profile interactions. We are not pushing this at all. Like, we've basically set it up and did nothing with it. We haven't been going through and optimizing it. I highly suggest you do. I know it's a case of do as I say, not as I do, but just an example. Now, calls, we've had 1 phone call. Chat clicks, this hasn't been set up until recently, so we haven't had any chat clicks yet. Bookings is the same, hasn't been set up. Directions, not really relevant because we tend to work kind of remotely-ish. And then website clicks, bit more relevant. So if you have a website, you want to drive traffic to your site, it's really important that you display the site onto your Google Business Profile. But I just wanted to show you, basically, this is the behind the scenes of what you get once it's set up. And you get a bit more information here down the bottom. There's a lot of other things that are good practice. So to just keep maintaining your Google profile and to respond to reviews when you get good reviews or bad reviews, it's good to send that signal back to Google that you are actively checking in with your Google business listing, you're updating it, and you're doing posts as and when you can. Okay, I think that's it. So now your Google business listing should be set up. You should be able to get more customers. If you found this helpful, please follow along, give us a like, and if you've got any questions, don't forget to put them below in the comment section, and we will do our best to get back to you as soon as we can.